In today's video I have a, what is it, Rotel? Yes, Rotel amplifier. It is a RA-960BX. So it was a 9608 for a minute. 960BX. And this belongs to a friend of mine. God, the volume's at maximum. Always something to watch for. And he did a silly thing. He was setting this up so he could run just his center speakers. He's getting a bit hard of hearing. And set this up so he could have a separate like amplifier control just for those, and I think he might be intending to use a headphone amplifier or something as well. So rather than going in the settings of the amp and having to mess around on the main amp and adjust that channel, because it's quite a high-tech surround amp, he just wanted a separate one that he can just manually adjust. And what he did for some reason is he unplugged, instead of unplugging the speaker from the other amp and plugging this into it, into the surround speaker, he plugged the wire from the other amp into the output of this amp. And killed the channel in it. So I don't know what he's done. It might have just blown a fuse or something. Yeah, it's got screws underneath. But he's basically put the output of one amp into the output of the other amp. Not really sure what that does as far as like an impedance or load or whatever, but it's probably putting out a bit of voltage if nothing else, so it could blow the outputs, I guess. But we may have fuse protection in this thing. I think I've fixed these Rotels before a long time ago, but haven't seen one in a long time. I think it's just something he bought off Gumtree or something as a second amp. And we've got two fuses. Oh, there's a blown fuse, so it looks like we may have output, or is that the rail? I can't remember. I think he just said one channel went on it. I haven't checked it, but we hooked up a different amp he got from somewhere and made sure that was all hooked up right, so it's all running for him. But it's about time I had a look at this one, I guess, and see. We'll just double check them all. They look like power fuses, so the other ones might be speaker fuses on a good day. Where's our speaker? Oh, he might have got lucky. I think he may have got away with this. Yeah, I think that's just a speaker fuse, because they're connected to the speaker output, so oh, thank God for that. Just blown one channel's output. Oh well, you can get lucky sometimes. I guess I should check whether we got DC coming to that. Might be the best thing before I do any more. It hasn't blown the power fuses, so I doubt the transistors are shorted. Power on. So I've got a nice toroidal transformer there. Other than that, it's a fairly basic looking amp, and it's got some big resistors under here that are all the coatings falling off them. So that doesn't look the best. Looks like an actual fiberglass circuit board. I don't think these era Rotel are particularly great, but they're probably not too bad a little amp. It is made in, I don't know, Taiwan. Yeah, it looks very Taiwanese. Certainly not a Japanese sort of looking unit, but I think these were quite a good little amplifier. But looks, I'm pretty sure I've fixed them before, so maybe they do die. But if it's gone this long, alright, it's probably not a bad unit. So we go to the RCA sockets as an earth. Nothing, nothing, and we know that should be alright. So there's no DC there. I reckon he's just popped the fuse, which it is 6.3 amp. Yeah, so it's a decent fuse. Yeah, well, I've got a 6 amp. Don't know if you can get 6.3s new, but a 6 amp should do it. Nothing blue again. Power's definitely on. Did I hear a speaker protector going? Doubt it, but I heard something. No DC on the output. And I know they were connected, because always best to check your speaker switch is definitely on speaker remote. So it's got one main, one remote, but they're both switched in. Now it's recording. That's it. There is a little relay there, not sure what that actually does, but I thought I heard something click. Yeah, I might give that a bit of a test run, but that seems to be fine. So it's just a blown speaker fuse, nice and simple one. Don't think I really need to bother doing anything else with this amp. What have we got? 36.5 volt out of our transformer by the look of it. Quite a heavy amp, so it should be a reasonable power output. I think we just got... Oh, this is dual transistors per channel, so this could be getting up towards 100 watts even. I'll have to look up and see what it's rated at. Not a massive amount of heat sinking, but it's got a decently solid transformer in it. And yeah, the fact it's got two outputs, as in 4 transistors, 2 pairs, would suggest it's getting towards the 100 watt range. I guess it just depends how much it distorts or whatever. But yeah, quite a nice little amplifier. What's it got? Phono input, tuner, CD, auxiliary, tape 1, 2, the usual kind of thing. Old enough to do record players. I'm not sure when these actually came out. Maybe early 90s or something. Hard to know. What have we got in here? We've got some DC offset, bias adjustments. But yeah, shouldn't have to tweak any of that. I mean, ideally you'd probably check everything, but I think it's okay. What's we got? A switch on the back for your moving magnet, moving coil. Don't think there's really a lot of difference between them anyway, but it does have the options. Nice little phono stage there. Looks like it's the NE5534. It's high quality op amp, so it's got some TL07 ones by the look of it too. Probably depends which switch setting you're on there. Bit of brown glue in it, which is a bit of a worry because sometimes that stuff can go conductive or corrosive. It's stuck on a few things around the place, but it seems to be okay at the moment. I think those caps are just... They look bulgy, but it's just the little caps on them. Plastic caps have bulged up. They've actually got Rotel written on the caps. High performance component. I believe you. Go and buy your crappy plastic tops on there. I'm not sure it's that high a performance, but you can always just split the plastic a bit and pull them out and throw them away if they worry you. Patent number in the UK. Oh no, UK made, I think. 8200 microfarad, 50 volts. Patent number 0169226, I think it says. UK BHC made. Yeah, I mean, British capacitors not always the best things. But yeah, someone stuffed up their plastic design, I think, because that's obviously got hot and bulged up like some of them do. So not the greatest thing to give you confidence when even the plastic wrapper's not the best. But I say the caps are still alright. Everything else looks to be in reasonable condition. So I think we'll just chuck the cover back on that and give it back to him. Ew, we got something liquid in there, that's a worry. I just noticed there's a little smear, and this has been sitting in here, even though it's raining today. It's been sitting in the shed for ages, so someone's leaked some oily stuff in there. We'll get rid of that. Makes me want to check the whole board now, because it's not a good sign. It wasn't on anything component wise or anything, but no, don't know what that was. We'll get rid of that and I'll return it to him. Thanks for watching.